us now.
Have you heard the news, what those three hobos did? Named Boxcar and Barney and Herbert the Kid. They made friends with a multimillionaire, and when he died, he left him money in his house in Bel Air. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. The neighbors up in arms, cause the hobos got it good. There goes the neighborhood. Three fish out of water just to living it up, toasting their luck from a silver cup. The rich neighbors crying, it's a crying shame. Old Bransford Mansion will never be the same. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. The neighbors up in arms, cause the hobos got it good. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. Oh, there goes the neighborhood.
Bransford Manor. Mr. Leonard Mumford. Just a moment, please. Mr. Boxcar. I'm sorry to disturb your nap, sir, but it's Gucci's returning your call.
That's okay. Nothing like a good sleep with a newspaper. Hello, Gucci's. Who am I speaking to, please? Mario. Hiya, Mario. This is Boxcar. Yeah, I want to order some more socks. Oh, a couple dozen pair. Do me a favor this time. Cut all the toes off. Just for old time's sake, I'm trying to reminisce. Mario, charge it to my account. Charge it to my account. Tuckins, I just ordered more socks. I don't need any more socks, but I loves to say, charge it to my account.
Sir, about the dinner party you planned for next week.
Oh, yeah, we invited all kind of society people. How many of them swells accepted my invite?
I'm afraid none, sir.
None. That's the fourth party with none. A total of none. Why don't those people like us, Filkins?
Well, sir, in a community such as this, you'll always find certain resistance to new money.
New money? The money is old. We're new.
I never looked at it quite that way, sir.
How can we make friends with them? Where do they hang out?
Well, sir, most of the time they hang out at Belhaven Country Club.
What a swell idea, Filkins. We'll join a country club.
Well, sir, in that case, perhaps you could talk to your next-door neighbors.
Oh, you mean the Crockers? Milton and Hortense?
Correct, sir. After all, she is the late Mr. Bransford's sister, and they happen to be prominent members of Belhaven.
That's a nifty idea, Filkins. Get him on the phone, invite him over here for dinner tonight, okay? And I'll go tell Barney and the kids.
You always had a strange sense of humor, sir.
All the sheriffs have to tip their hats, and the railroad bulls are blind. There's a lake full of stew, lots of whiskey, too. You can paddle all around in a big canoe on the big rock candy mountain. How you doing, Boxcar?
Great, Barney. Barney, when are you going to stop cooking out here? And sleeping out here? And wandering out here? Come on and move into the house.
Old habits die hard. You know me, Box. I like to slumber under the stars and dream among the moonbeams.
We don't have to live like hobos anymore. We got a big house. Maid, butler, gardener. We even got a jockey on the lawn.
I don't need any of that stuff, Box. Everything I need is right here. Just taste this.
Mulligan stew.
Yeah.
Oh, that burns my throat, makes my eyes tear, and hurts my teeth. Barney, you never lost your magic.
Thank you, Boxcar. But it's just not quite the same without borrowed meat. Hey, kid, how you doing? Sit down, have some mulligan.
Oh, no, thanks, Barney. See, me and the chauffeur took the limo out for some tacos.
Have you been driving the limousine again, kid?
Yeah, see, it's the only time the chauffeur gets to ride in the back.
The chauffeur's supposed to ride in the front. That's his job. He's a chauffeur. He has a license to ride the front.
You're not mad at me, are you, Boxcar?
I'm not mad.
Oh, thanks.
Hey!
I feel better.
We always do that. Now that we're all together, I got some good news. We're going to join the country club.
Country club? Us and together with the... Wow.
I knew you'd say that.
Box, if I were you, I'd think twice about joining a country club. They may not be our kind of people.
Barney, that's going to be our ticket to social acceptance.
Excuse me, Mr. Boxcar. I telephoned the Crockers, and Mr. Crocker said they'd be delighted to join you for dinner tonight.
See?
Are you out of your mind? Dinner with those animals? Never.
Those animals, my dear, happen to be our neighbors.
Oh, as if I needed to be told. Just look out this window. They have given us Bel Air's first clothesline.
Yes, I know.
And that campfire, the smoke comes straight into the bedroom. It's giving my migraine a headache.
Look, you have to understand, until your brother Harmon died and left them all his money, they were drifters, gypsies.
Oh, I'd settle for gypsies. At least we'd have violin music. Well, look at them. They don't care about anything. One of them sleeps outside. I tell you, I cannot bear being this close to such riffraff.
Well, you're going to have to get a lot closer. This is the fourth dinner they've invited us to, and we're going to have to accept.
I will not be their guest in that beautiful home.
Which they own, along with this beautiful home, along with controlling interest in Bransford Industries that pays my salary.
I don't care.
Hortense, we've got to go.
Milton, are you trying to assert yourself?
It might be fun.
Fun?
If we don't show, I might have to go into the real world and find a job.
It is out of the question.
You and I could end up managing a motel in Anaheim.
What time does the fun begin?
Bonsoir, gentlemen. Bonsoir.
Holy cats, Boxcar, you look terrific.
I mean, the way it's just, I mean, it's just something that it's all...
You really think so?
Yeah.
Well, I say if you got it, flaunt it.
It is very stylish.
It is incredibly you, Box.
Now, look, tonight I really want to impress them Crockers so they help us get into the country club. Be on our best behavior. I want you to be charming and complimentary.
I'll be charming.
I'll be complimentary. Good evening, Hortense. Welcome to our humble abode. You look ravishing this evening. Love your dress.
Oh, it's just an old dress.
And your hair is stunning, stunning. The way it frames your face.
It's just an old face.
No, don't say about the old face. She knows she's got an old face. She's got to bring it with her. Too late. Look, when we're at the dinner table, we got to have our best table manners, Barney. Don't take this personal, but try not to eat your roll like it's a harmonica. Filkins, how do we look?
Words fail me, sir.
Thanks.
Excuse me, Mr. Herbert.
Oh, call me Kid.
Excuse me, Mr. Kidd. You're showing a white flag, sir.
What?
Zipper.
Oh. Pants are too tight. It keeps opening up.
Well, you got to do something.
What do you want me to do? Weld it together?
Well, where's you going to get a welder this time of night with a mask and a... How do you do?
Hello.
Good evening. So happy to have you. Won't you step into my humble abode, Mr. Crocker?
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, aren't you exquisitely beautiful this evening, Elizabeth?
My name is Hortense.
The resemblance to Elizabeth Taylor is uncanny. Excuse me.
Oh, please don't apologize. It's a mistake that's been made before.
It has? You remember my friends, Herbert and Bernard?
love your dress.
Stunning how your hair frames your face.
Oh, there's his picture.
This is the first time that Hortense has been in this house since her brother died and left you all his money.
Such a dear, sweet, generous man. Harmon, how could you? I do miss him so.
Your brother was a very special man. You remember the first time we found him?
Oh, yeah, yes.
He was wandering around by a shore of a lake. He was like in a maze. A duck had washed ashore. Was all covered with oil, and he was all stuck together. He couldn't even move his little wingers. And your brother rescued him. He cleaned him up. He took the paper out of his shoe and cleaned off every little feather. And then he wiped out his little duck eyes. And his duck just clicked his eyes at him. And then he polished up that duck's beak till it shone like gold. The duck couldn't get his breath. And he blew in the duck's beak. He gave him mouth to beak with such a... come alive again. And then the duck spoke, as if to say, thank you.
Oh. And the duck flew away.
No, we ate him.
Champagne, sir?
Oh, thank you, Filton. Thanks. Here you are. Shall we propose a toast to our new friends, the Crockers? It's a little something I picked up in our travels. When that train is disappearing, and the night is growing cold, it's time to drink our wine down before it gets too old.
Here.
Dinner is served.
Oh, good. Let's eat it. Follow me. Don't you sit over there, Mr. Crocker. Barney, you sit right next to him. Mrs. Crocker, please sit here. That's the best seat we have. And now just...
I'll sit here. I'll sit here.
That's my seat.
I gotta sit here, Bucks.
Why?
See, I've grown very attached to Mrs. Crocker.
Well, that certainly is charming, isn't it? I always knew we'd be good friends. I'll just sit over here away from Mrs. Crocker. Well, I hope you're going to like the main dish, Mrs. Crocker. It's going to be terrific. It's mulligan stew. It's Barney's own recipe. Oh, you'll love it. And if you do, why, you can just take some on home with you. Just don't give it to the dog. It makes them puff up. You remember the time that one blew in Waco?
The asparagus looks delicious, sir.
Oh, don't eat it, Boxcar. It's not right.
Not right?
No, ma'am. I know asparagus. We used to pick it.
Pick it. When you were bums.
We were not bums.
Excuse me, perhaps a better word would be tramps.
Mrs. Crocker, my friends and I were hobos.
Oh, there's a difference?
A hobo is a migratory worker. A tramp is a migratory non-worker. A bum is a non-migratory non-worker. You sit a bum down, he stays there till he dies.
That's bums for you, all right. Say, Mrs. Crocker, my friend Filkins tells me that you're very important at the country club.
Oh, my brother was one of the founders.
Well, then you could help us get to be members
Members of what?
of the Bellhaven Country Club.
You? Members at Bellhaven? Oh.
Look how excited she is.
Bellhaven is one of the most exclusive clubs in the country.
Sounds like my kind of joint, all right.
In any case, it's not up to me. New members have to be approved by the head of the membership committee.
Charles Hawthorne.
Oh, well, I know, but if you put in a good word for us, then we'll get in. Right, Hardy?
Excuse me. I must go to the powder room.
I'll go with you.
Oh, that won't be necessary.
You want a bed?
Stay there.
See, Box, I have to.
Sit down!
Oh. children. I have had quite enough fun for one evening.
Coming, Hardy.
You forgot your stew.
Forgot your dress.
How about lunch tomorrow?
Never.
Boxcar, my friend, I assume you have a backup plan.
You really did it this time, kid. You really loused me up with Mrs. Crocker.
I'm sorry, Boxcar. I feel terrible about it.
Yeah, me too, Box.
Me too. I asked you guys to be charming and complimentary. You were null and void. She hates us, that Mrs. Crocker. She really... Do you remember one time in Pittsburgh, on top of a train, a guy threw us down and tried to beat us to death with a bat? He disliked us. She hates us. And I don't blame her. She come over for a little dinner. Just a little dinner, that's all. A few canapes, some hors d'oeuvres, some black dots on the toast. Champagne. And what happened? You put a dress in your zipper and you ripped it off.
See, it wasn't on purpose. I told you my pants were too tight.
Tight pants is no excuse.
It wouldn't happen again in 100 years.
That's right, Boxcar. How many times in life do you get a neighbor caught in your zipper?
Once is enough.
What if I apologize to Mrs. Crocker?
Don't you go near Mrs. Crocker. She had enough of you. Don't talk to her. You want to talk to somebody? Go in the woods, talk to a bunny. Now, I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to see that guy Hawthorne from the membership committee. I'm going to see him this afternoon right at the country club.
Listen, Boxcar, I know how much this means to you. Is there anything that we could do to help?
You want to help? Don't help. That'll help.
Box!
No.
Box!
No. No.
Come on, Box. Look what's happening to us here. Sometimes I think we were better off when we were just three happy-go-lucky beaux. Right, kid? Huh?
You remember we used to sleep under the stars, talk to the birds?
That's all you guys remember. The good times. But I remember the bad times.
Such as?
Such as getting on the wrong freight train and winding up in Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, guys. All my life, I wanted to be accepted by people. I wanted to belong. And I always thought that if you had money, it would happen. But I was wrong, because now I got money. And people still don't accept me. And let me tell you, it hurts. But when I get into that country club, it's going to be different. Excuse me now, I'm going to get into my golf talks.
And here, Leonard, is our little bar and lounge. We call it the 19th hole.
Some hole. The classiest hole I ever seen.
Please.
Thanks.
Well, you've seen our golf course, tennis courts, steam rooms.
I noticed that you don't have a polo field.
Well, quite frankly, the club can't afford one right now.
How about if I build you one?
You do that?
Why not? I must have 3-4 dozen polo shirts, and I certainly would like someplace to wear them.
That's very amusing. Tell me, Leonard, what sort of business are you in?
Retired.
Oh.
I used to be in railroads.
Well, that's a happy coincidence. I'm a railroad man myself.
Come on.
Yes.
You're kidding.
Really?
Get out of there.
I swear, there isn't a thing I can't tell you about the Northern Pacific.
Come on.
Yes.
You're kidding.
Really?
Get out of there.
You know, Leonard, I must say that I'm impressed with you.
I must say, I don't blame you.
Leonard, let's dispense with the formalities. I'd be glad to sponsor you as a member.
You mean that's it? I'm in? I belong?
Leonard,
You belong. Here, perhaps you'll be interested in our activities program. Might be interested in that. Now, if you'd like to order some lunch, I'll go to my office and get you an application form. Oh, boys. Would you take care of Mr. Mumford over there, please? Yes. Thank you.
Hey, Buster! What are you guys doing here?
Well, we snuck in. We thought you might need some help getting into the club.
I've been accepted. I'm gonna be a member.
Hey, that's great. Congratulations.
We're proud of you, Box.
Now, you guys might ruin it for me, so go home.
We can't.
Why not?
We don't get off till 6.
Get out of here.
Okay, come on, kid. Let's go.
You want to see a menu? Specials for today are swordfish, brackled lamb, and white potatoes.
Get out of here.
Stay away from the liver, though.
Kid, let's go. Let's go. What are you doing here?
Nice to see you. Listen, I want to apologize to you for last night. You see, I ripped her dress off.
She came over to the house. The party got a little wild, you know.
Get out of here, you bums.
Bums? I told you last night, Mrs. Crocker, a bum is a non-migratory...
I know. Out.
Hey, what's going on?
What are you doing here?
I'm gonna be a member, and I'm gonna build a polo field.
Ha! Over my dead body.
I don't think that's a very good idea. See, the horses might trip over your grave.
I want you out of here, and I want you out of here now!
Well, Tense, what seems to be the trouble here?
Charles, I want them thrown out.
Why?
Don't you know who they are?
Well, I know Mr. Mumford here.
These are the bums. Migratory workers who inherited all of my brother's money.
Oh, well, that changes everything. I better give them 2 more applications.
You out of mine, Hawthorne. Already ruined the neighborhood. Now you want them to ruin the club as well?
Money never ruined any club.
I want them out.
They're rich.
They are riffraff.
They're rich riffraff.
Riff-raff? Riff-raff? When we first moved in, I wanted to be accepted by you people. And I wanted to be a member of your swanky exclusive club. But I have second thoughts. And I'm having some third thoughts, too, as a matter of fact. I've been mulling it around in my head. And I realize I already belong to a very exclusive club. We only have 3 members. But it's a swell club. Come on, guys. Don't order the liver.
In the big rock candy mountains, you never change your socks. And little streams of alcohol come trickling down the rocks. All the sheriffs have to tip their hats, and the railroad bulls are blind. There's a lake full of stew, lots of whiskey, too.
You can paddle all around them in a big canoe.
In the big rock candy mountains.
Later tonight, Howard Hessman hosts a freewheeling Saturday Night Live.
While you've been enjoying the weekend, the News Center 2 team has been keeping an eye on the world to help you keep up with what's happening. Join Mike Andre with the news, Jeff Fox weather, and Wesley Goforth sports. All tonight at 11 on News Center 2, here on WGRZ TV2.